What if I told you that the same Sisterhood Sleuths community that hands out free books, VIP perks, exclusive merch, and even personal messages from the author could also hand your child the one thing more valuable than gold: unshakable confidence. Today we're diving into a truth most parents don't want to face. Without real empowerment, our kids are walking into life armed with anxiety, fear of failure, and self-doubt. A dangerous mix that can crush potential before it even blooms. But here's the twist. The solution is simpler than you think. Kathy Warshaw's powerful insights will show you how to validate, celebrate, and model resilience so your child sees their own worth and wields it like a superpower.
Welcome to the deep dive. We take a stack of sources and pull out the key insights for you. And today, we're tackling something huge, something a lot of us think about: raising confident kids, especially now, right? With social media, school stress, just the pace of everything.
Yeah, it feels like teaching them to dance in a minefield sometimes.
Exactly. So we're doing a deep dive into empowering kids, and we're leaning heavily on the really fantastic work of Kathy Warshaw.
That's right. We're focusing on excerpts from her article, Raising Brave Children, The Power of Empowering Kids, and How You Can Make All the Difference. Our mission here is basically to pull out those practical tools, the ones she says are life-saving, future-shaping, soul-igniting, things to really build courage and confidence.
And she starts right off with that vulnerability, doesn't she?
She does. She paints this picture of a shy or insecure child feeling like a duck trying to swim in sneakers, which is such a vivid image.
It really is.
But then, crucially, she offers a way forward, a clear path.
Okay, so before we get to the solutions, the how-to, Warshaw talks about what happens when kids don't get empowered early. What does that look like down the road?
Yeah, she lays it out pretty clearly. Kids who aren't, consistently encouraged to use their voice or trust themselves, they often step into their teens really afraid to try.
Afraid to try. How does that show up?
Well, maybe staying silent in class instead of raising their hand, even if they know the answer. Or stepping back from new experiences, holding themselves back. And over time, this can lead them to internalize some really damaging beliefs, like thinking they're too much or maybe not enough, or even feeling completely invisible.
Wow, that's heavy.
It is. And Kathy Warshaw isn't just theorizing here. She mentions her direct experience coaching teenagers who are, brilliant, creative, super kind.
But struggling.
Exactly. Battling anxiety or perfectionism or just this crippling fear of failing. Because somewhere along the line, they didn't get that message that their voice matters.
So the lack of early empowerment has these really deep, long-lasting effects.
Profound consequences, yeah. It touches everything: academics, friendships, how they see their own future. Failing to build that self-belief early on, it casts a long shadow.
Okay, but she also offers this really interesting take on confidence. It's not about being the loudest kid in the room. She says it's about being real. Can you unpack that a bit? What does real confidence look like, especially if a child is naturally quiet?
That's such a key distinction she makes. It's really vital. Warshaw isn't saying, let's make shy kids loud. That's not the goal at all.
Right.
It's about fostering something internal, a deep sense of self-worth. So they feel okay expressing who they genuinely are, whether that's quiet or, more outgoing.
So it's an inner conviction.
Exactly. She even says quiet kids can roar when they truly believe in themselves. It's powerful.
Which leads to the big question.
Right. How do we actually help a child be real when, let's face it, the world often seems to reward the loudest voice?
Yeah. But that's where Kathy Warshaw's work gets so practical. She gives us this toolkit, and she stresses, you don't need to be some kind of superhero parent.
Thank goodness for that.
Right. It's more about just showing up, listening, planting those little seeds of confidence early and often. It's the everyday stuff.
Absolutely. It's consistent, small actions. So let's break down some of her techniques. They're really actionable, things you can literally start doing today.
Okay, let's hear them.
First up, validate. Don't rescue. So when they come to you with a problem, instead of immediately jumping in to fix it.
Which is so tempting to do.
Oh, totally. Our instinct is fix-it mode. But try saying something like, wow, that sounds really tough. What do you think you could try?
Shifting it back to them.
Exactly. It teaches problem solving. It builds resilience. It shows them, hey, you've got this. You can figure things out, even if it's hard to watch them struggle a bit.
That definitely requires a shift in our own mindset, trusting them more.
It does. It's about handing over that ownership. Okay, second, celebrate effort, not perfection. This is a big one. Focus on the process, not just the result. So tell them, I love how brave you were to try that, even if it didn't quite work out the way you hoped.
So you're valuing the attempt itself.
Precisely. You're teaching them that trying, taking a risk, putting yourself out there, that's what's valuable. Success isn't just about the final score. It redefines what success even means.
I like that. Okay, what's next?
Third, encourage opinions. Actively solicit their thoughts. Ask, what do you think? And here's the key. Ask even if you think you know what they'll say, or even if you might disagree.
Why is that so important?
Because the act of asking shows their thoughts matter, their perspective has value, it tells them their voice deserves to be heard, even if it's different from yours.
Makes sense.
Then name their strengths. Don't just say, good job. Be specific. Like, I noticed you really stuck with that puzzle even when it got frustrating. That shows real grit. Or maybe, you were so thoughtful about sharing your toys with your friend. That's real empathy. Naming it helps them see it and own it.
Okay, that's concrete. I can see doing that.
Next, let them lead. Find small, manageable ways for them to make decisions. It could be tiny. Choosing what's for dinner one night, planning a small family outing on Saturday.
Those little choices add up.
Absolutely. Tiny choices build big confidence. It teaches them agency, responsibility, that they have an impact.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, I can see how those small wins would build momentum.
They really do. And the final one Warshaw highlights is crucial. Model it.
Meaning model confidence ourselves.
Model how you handle imperfection. Show them it's okay to make mistakes. Share your own mess-ups, but do it with grace and, importantly, humor.
Ah, okay.
Warshaw gives that great example. Well, I just sent a text to my boss that was meant for grandma, and here we are, laughing it off. Seeing you navigate your own slip-ups with self-compassion gives them permission to do the same. It takes the pressure off.
These are all so doable. They really emphasize that consistency you mentioned. It's weaving these into the everyday fabric, isn't it?
That's exactly it. These aren't like big dramatic interventions. They're small, consistent practices. They create an environment where kids feel safe enough to try, maybe to fail, and ultimately to grow.
And speaking of practical tools, Kathy Warshaw also shares these amazing little phrases she calls confidence boosters.
Oh, these are fantastic.
She uses them with the teens she coaches, but points out they work just as well for us adults. What are some of these?
They're like little mental resets. They directly challenge those negative thoughts we all have sometimes.
Oh.
So first, you're not too quiet. You're just someone who thinks before they speak. That's power.
Ooh, I like that reframe. Quiet is powerful.
Exactly. It flips the script.
Yeah.
Second, brave isn't loud. Brave is showing up anyway.
That broadens the definition so much. It's not about heroics.
No, it's about facing the discomfort, the fear, and just showing up. Third, mistakes mean you're trying, and trying is how we grow.
That takes the sting out of failure, doesn't it? Makes it part of the process.
Essential part of the process, not something shameful. Fourth, your story matters. Don't let fear be the editor.
Wow. Encouraging authenticity.
Yeah, telling them their unique voice, their experiences, they're valuable. Don't let anxiety silence you. And the last one she shares is just wonderful. If you feel like you don't fit in, you're probably meant to stand out.
That turns feeling like an outsider into a sign of uniqueness.
Right. It reframes it completely. It's a message of potential.
You can really see why she calls them confidence boosters. They're like these little affirmations that target very specific insecurities. I bet they really stick with people.
They absolutely do. And it shows how well Warshaw understands that internal landscape, the internal chatter. She's giving kids and adults the language to fight back against the negative self-talk.
So bringing it all together, what's the main message Kathy Warshaw wants us to take away? If it's not about achieving perfect parenting, what's the ultimate goal here?
Well, she sums it up so beautifully. She says empowering a child isn't about being perfect because, let's be real, none of us are.
Right.
It's about consistent encouragement. That's the key. And the payoff, she says, is huge. When a kid believes they're capable, worthy, and heard, they'll carry that light into every friendship, classroom, job interview, and dream.
That's the goal, isn't it? Equipping them for life.
Absolutely. And her closing thought really drives it home. You don't need to fix your child. Just remind them they're already enough.
Such a powerful reminder for us, too. But she doesn't just leave it there, does she? She also points towards another resource. She actually suggests if they need help learning these things in a different way, you can hand them the first book in the Sisterhood Sleuths series.
Yes. And this is brilliant because it shows how Warshaw connects her principles to tangible tools. The Sisterhood Sleuths books, which she writes, are essentially designed to embody these very ideas.
How the books reinforce the message.
Exactly. Kids reading those stories see characters navigating challenges, showing bravery, finding their voice, solving problems together. It's another way for them to absorb these lessons about courage and self-belief. The books themselves become part of the toolkit Kathy Warshaw offers.
That's great. A way to see it in action.
It's another layer of support, helping kids internalize what it means to be courageous.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? This deep dive into Kathy Warshaw's fantastic work really highlights a fundamental truth, I think, which is that consistent encouragement, those simple everyday actions we take, they can genuinely shape a child's courage and their confidence. It's not about some impossible standard of perfection.
Not at all.
It's about showing up, listening, validating, and consistently reminding them of their inherent worth, helping them navigate this really complex world, not by bubble wrapping them, but by building their inner strength.
Precisely. What Kathy Warshaw offers us here isn't just, nice ideas. It's a practical roadmap. It's about fostering resilience, fostering bravery in the kids around us. And what's really fascinating is just how universal these ideas are.
Right. They apply everywhere.
They really do. It's about building up people, essentially.
So as you go about your day-to-day, here's something to think about. Consider how these empowering principles from Kathy Warshaw's work, how they might apply not just to the children in your life, but maybe to finding your own courage in new situations and challenges you're facing, just reminding yourself, maybe using some of those confidence boosters, that you are already enough no matter where you are on your own learning journey.
Your child's voice is already powerful. It just needs the right stage. And the Sisterhood Sleuth community isn't just about mysteries and stories. It's about building a generation of confident thinkers, fearless question askers, and resilient dreamers. So don't just walk away inspired. Step into the adventure. Join the rewards program, claim the perks, unlock exclusive content, and connect with others who believe in empowering kids as much as you do. Visit sisterhoodsleuths.net and let's turn today's spark into a lifelong fire.